you don't confirm Idiandi. Idiandi, say you don't confirm, say violence day. Violence deal. That being said, welcome. Yeah, and I know it's kind of, oh wait, you guys can hear it. I guess that's me and ideally my music shouldn't be sounding. But anyway, whatever YouTube wants to do about that one, they're going to do to it. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another beautiful stream. Well, in a pecan to yo, we're not gonna get started on that. But that being said, welcome back to yet another beautiful, amazing stream that I'm about to host. I hope so. I'm kind of elated. My feelings are all over the place. Certain good news in my life, and I'm just enjoying it. So that being said, thank you all for coming through. If you've not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. In case you do not know what is going on, we are going to be having another take of that PUBG Mobile Masters Pro League, pretty much Tammy's rooms, where we have these teams battling it out to show us exactly what they're made of. Remember what we said, what we're out here for is violence, no camping, no placements, you know, being awarded. It's all about those eliminations. So that being said, without wasting any further time, we'll be heading into the first game of the day. We're going to be starting with Erangel. Today we're going to have 4 games being played. So that being said, do not go anywhere. My sounds are on. I believe everything should be perfect. Let me know if there is anything that is off, and I will be sure to fix it even before you can, say finish. But that being said, first zone, first game. We do have that playing part taking us all the way from the outskirts of Yasnaya. We could say the outskirts of the Stolba area around Kameshki, South Kameshki, taking us down straight to that southwestern side of the military base. So we do know we're in for a little bit of a treat. That being said, let me know, who are you out here rooting for? What team are you here for? I would have loved to run through the team. You know what? I think I can still run through the teams, at least before all the violence and all the action does get started. So that being said, the teams that we've got participating today would be Team Apex. Man, I'm actually liking the fragging names I'm seeing here. We've got Team Apex, S4E Esport, who we saw fragging their brains out in the last time. We've got Cyclone Shield, First Tactics, Invincible Esport, 21st Century Men of Blood, the side there of Mad Squad House. Mad is mad. Outsiders, Atrox, Disparaged, No Rage, 10-11, Fugitives, Habitual Gaming, Fowlplay, Unsullied Army, C4 Legend, No Gaming, and Dream Team. A couple of these teams I recognize. A couple I'm not too familiar with their game. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about here, but thinking or speaking about familiarity, we're going to be having the outsiders going toe-to-toe with the side there of First Tactics in Rozhok area. And we can already see Triple R Daddy already getting his first knock and confirmed to go alongside it. We do have Para and fights going on in other parts of the map, where I believe we can see Disparaged also on that kill feed. We do have the players there from C4 also in their own skirmish. So there's a whole lot of early fights going on out here that I think I'm just going to be forced to go dual screen out here. Gunnar did get taken out by one of the players there from First Tactics. On the other hand, Dream Team having to suffer a little bit as Lucid losing so much HP. We do have Orisa getting yet another knock, I believe, up onto Deadshot. Can already start to see motions coming in through on this side of things. Pintoa out here on the other side. Orisa is the one who's going for the push. That is somewhere around in the vicinity, but we still got Lucid on the other hand, still trying to hold his ends. Orisa does get that thirst out there. It's going to make things a little bit easier. We've got Atrox out there in Pochinki with the side there of Men of Blood. We're pulling over there by the time they start to get all messy. On the southern side is where we have, Dream Team going all out. So that being said, I'm going to keep my eye out still on the outsiders, because it does look like they are in for something. Orisa does seem to be getting closer and closer to target. But Lucid on the other hand getting pushed, but he's going to go for the first knock up onto Jutsi. Forced to jump downstairs as he's getting pushed by a Mirage and a barrage of people just coming from the side, gets yet another knock. Another pistol pushing onto his side, but he's very low on HP, and it will eventually fall. And I think the rest of the dream team now are in the area. Assad just coming through, crashing. Uzi and M16 in the hand, going for the pre-fire. No knocks quite able to be found yet. That's just coming through from the side. A couple of damage has been done. Switches over to that M16 as it does continue up on the chase. But from outside, it's going to be Ace with the pistol. Who does get taken down? And Sad now definitely feeling onto something as Dream Team would lose yet one more player. And the jump down does come from Reverb, looking for that push. The run over will come through, and that is going to be a GG well played, as Dream Team would be able to defend their turf, but unfortunately would lose 2 players in the cause. We're going to be keeping one eye out there in with Atrox. I really do not know where they now I know where they're fighting. It's going to be No Gaming and Disparaged going at it, where Oddman is the last player left for his squad. Given that nothing is happening out there in Rozok, we're going to be going over this way just so we can see exactly what Oddman has got going on. He's out here with the side there from Mad Squad House, actually, where we've got Sting trying to see if we can grab that revive up onto Naruto. We'll definitely do so. Pain is also alive. Oddman, the last player left for No Gaming. Good to see just how well he can hold on. Keep a close eye on him. While we're also watching the side there of Outsiders getting ready for their own engagements. Alright. Things don't seem to have calmed down a bit. So that being said, I'm going to head all the way to the side here of Atrox. They did get some intro knocks onto the side here of Men of Blood. But Men of Blood, on the other hand, do seem to have quite a nice angle going on. I see Unsullied Army also somewhere on that Q field. So I'm going to go over there. I'm starting to see the shots coming in through. It's going to be Fugitives going out 8 with the side here of Unsullied Army. A couple of players getting caught up on rotation out there, so nothing too serious. The side of Outsiders still looking to get closer and closer as they will continue up on their push. We're going to be pulling over there now. Pintois does get taken down, and Orisha now is also in the building going for the push. No time to check time. We're going to head over there, and Orisha taking a whole lot of damage, but it's going to be there to welcome Mash Piredo as he does take him down. First tactics will be down to 1, who I believe would be Agathe. And Rados actually, or Tripurar. I'm going to call you Rasta, bro. Rasta doesn't know exactly what is going on there. Still a little bit of a stalemate going on out here in boot camp, where we've got the side here of Men of Blood did get a knock up onto building, and we can already start to see the push coming through. We're going to go draw screen on this one once again. Easy though, does have an idea as to what is going on. Does see the push coming in through. 11 also in the vicinity. Rage score grenade being pulled, looking for that thirst. Will definitely find that one. Shaq on the other hand does look to continue up on the push as thirst would come through. Shaq now very close to Quilla. Definitely hears the footsteps now. The push on the other hand coming in through, as we can already start to see the Outsiders joining closer. Agathe on the roof, tries to get a knock, but will eventually go down. Pulling over straight to Pochinki, where we've got the side of Men of Blood going for that push. No, Quilla. They did actually let him get ready, and the push will come through. You let him cook, and he's going to be able to get at least 1 knock. But unfortunately, he would not be able to hold on by himself. Does get taken down, and then there is another Quilla out here for Atrox, who does seem to be drawing in closer. HP does get drenched a little bit. We'll still continue up on the push as we're looking for more fights on the other side of the map. To have the side here of Disparaged looking for their way into the circle. More fights actually going up on that northern side. No, we slept on that one. Quilla is down. And easy, looking for those shots, but will not find any. But now Men of Blood are definitely aware of where this last player is, and they are sending in for the push. Grenades landing upstairs. None of them is going to be quite finding easy just yet as he continues to throw down the grenades. But the guys there from Men of Blood are saying our own is easy. This one, you know, easy, bro. I'm such a troll. Anyway, this one no easy, bro. Zone does move down to the south. Not too many teams out there in that circle. To have the side there of 10-11. Having a couple of players with them Did think it was Cyclone shoot for a quick moment there, but it's not Cyclone shoot. A couple of teams still out there in the blue zone. We're looking at the side there of Dream Team. Looking to get into the circle, down to just 2 players. It's going to be Turpis and Sad to hold down the fort for them. We did see Unsullied Army get themselves in a little bit of a skirmish early on in the game. Not too sure if they're still alive. It's not looking like it. We do not see them on the map. Habitual, on the other hand, still alive with 1 elim. I kind of like the speed of the play zone right here. Enjoying what I'm seeing. Righty. See the side of Disparaged looking to take their time on their loot. They do have only just 1 elimination. And you see the outsiders are the ones on the outskirts. We do see Pintoa drawing closely. They do know that there is a squad here. And the outsiders coming in for the push as they are crashing here in full force. Disappear would be the first man in line. Bougie on the left, Appear and Trader in the building as they're waiting, prepping those grenades, sending them downstairs. None would connect. But I think Pintoa has gotten a little idea as to the positioning of Appear there. And we can already see the rest of the outsiders pulling up for that push. They are aware, trying to go for the isolation. Going for the sweep. You can already begin to see the shots going downstairs. Appear's grenade is going to take down one of the outsiders. Make that 2 as triple R. Make that quadruple R. The last player left is looking for the knock, but he would not find it. As Traitor would swell him down, putting him into the ground, 6 foot underneath. And that'd be a GG well played. The side of No Rage definitely heard all of that. Do they want to go in for the third party is the question I've got in mind. Not really looking like it. So they're playing it a little bit conservative, per usual. Side of Invincibles in the vicinity looking to find their way into the circle. Hoping to see them actually put in good work going into today's games. Habitual Gaming also finding their way into the circle from that northeastern edge. Side of No Rage actually drawing closer to that fight. I love to see that one as we can see Deji looking to draw closer. It's down there in the floor, quite prone. Trying to see if he can gather as much information as possible. Not too much you can do from there. Essentially, the push is going to have to come through. I can already start to see the support coming in through. Lynx is also there joining him. Wow. Wow. Anyway, it does look like we're going to be having victims real soon. Lynx, ooh, with the beautiful shots coming through from Deji to get some knock there. 1 player down for the side of Disparaged. They're definitely not going to be happy about that one. Appear outside, does go down to the second knock coming through there for Deji. And Traitor behind the fence, looking for more knocks. Will not be able to find it as the thirst would come through. Lynx is down, but the side of No Rage able to get themselves a couple of eliminations going on to this one. Disparaged now down to just 2. Provided Trader is able to grab that revive, and it does look like he will. The blue zone is here. But then on the other side of things, we do see the Invincibles drawing closer. Sean does find himself quite close to a couple of enemies. He's going to be driving away from the Cyclone Shield boys. But on the other side of things, 10-11 looking to get started. I believe that is going to be somewhere on that southern edge. Ooh, wow, that's a whole lot of out here. I can already see Afro Outcast doing in the work. Taking in a couple of shots. The side there of Fugitives. Also in the vicinity with 21st Century also finding their way into this area. Mario finding himself in a very, very tough situation. And on the other side of things, Trader is looking to even the tides as he does get yet another knock onto the side there of No Rage Esports. Not the last player left, and we can already start to see some pushes coming in through. 21st Century drawing closer as Mario finds himself behind the coop. Not quite taking any shots just yet. The push is going to come through. Mario is watching all of that happen, and now they've landed. Into the building they go. Peter is going to be in a whole lot of danger, and he will eventually fall down to the green. Hey! Power or make that Wheezy from the other side would be getting that knock. And that was poor execution coming through from the side there of Fugitives. I really did not like what I saw, but anyway, Cyclone should or make that 10-11. They head the shots, they want the trouble, they want the fights. Roach already drawing in close, but this fight currently not in the circle. Definitely does spot Baby on the top of the roof there. Baby's going to try to peek outside, looking for the knock, but will not find a trader. The last player left to hold on the fourth steal for Disparaged in that blue zone as No Rage. Starting to lose players one after the other. And then the side of 21st Century now have to hold on the defense. This is Invincibles in their own skirmish. In the blue zone, we still have the side of Disparaged going at it. We're going to be pulling over towards that eastern side for a dual screen as we start to see some more players. Habitual Gaming going up against the side of Invincibles. Mad squad going out one after the other. Naruto, the last player left, looking to find that redemption for his team, but he's going up against the full squad of Cyclone Shield. Stoner gets a couple of shots with that Devil's MG3. Naruto coming out for the quick picks, steps a couple of damage done, but sticks would be enough for everybody, sharing it to him. Habitual will lose one more, as Slick would be the last player for his team. And I believe it's about the GG well played coming through from that side. We do have Fowlplay also in the vicinity coming in through. Skills is going to be down, but Station 5 quite close to him, with 10-11 looking to pull through for that third party. Going to be pulling over to that vicinity. Roach taking a couple of shots, or sorry, Roach receiving a couple of shots. Would not quite go down yet, but Station 5 now losing so much HP would eventually fall to Beggar, and in the blink of an eye, that is going to be the end of Fowlplay as they go out. Ronnie is going to be the last player left for his team, being Invincibles. And Habitual Gaming, one way or the other, live to see the light of another fight, as they will still be able to retain at least 2 players still alive in this one. 10-11. Sorry, make that Men of Blood. Looking to find their way into the circle from that northeastern edge. No Rage looking to get into that circle from the north. But they did lose 3 players onto the side there of Disparaged. Kind of wonder how that happened. I did see it happen. But Disparaged not quite able to, sorry, make that No Rage. Not quite able to hold their ends in a 2v4 situation or a 4v2 situation. And now Adeho will be the last player left for his team. Did take a little bit of damage coming in through on that rotation, but he does look like he'll be fine for the time being. Zone continues to shrink, as we do get that zone going down to the south. Dream Team being the only team in there would mean there's going to be chance for a lot of driving and a whole lot of rotational clusters, and we can already see Deji now being chased by the side of 21st Century. It's currently a car chase, Baby being the closest to him. He's going to continue to chase that player. Deji now stopping in the shack. Baby wants a little bit of that trouble, as you can just see him circling around. Does look to want to come for the stop, and indeed he will stop. Deji now coming from the outside, going to be trying to hold his end, but the third party will make that the cover fire is wonderful from Power, and actually not Deji, Adeho will get taken out there as 21st Century hold the spot on that northern edge of the circle. 10-11 looking to come in from the south. From the north, we also have Cyclone Shield. Invincibles with the last player also looking to find a way into that circle. Start to see 21st Century driving around, looking for shots, hunting for enemies. They do get the memo. Cyclone Shield, on the other hand, also will get that memo as they continue up on the chase. Ronnie has been spotted in that buggy, but it doesn't look like Stone Eye wants any of that smoke, as he does look to drive away from that situation. Right, you guys in the chat, man, love it. And for energy, did you done the train boys? I promise you, Operation Stay in the Grass, don't play. 4 eliminations onto the side of Men of Blood. 21st Century, on the other hand, find themselves doing a couple of shots as Wheezy able to get himself a knock onto the side of Dream Team. Sad is going to be the last player left, and he does look to want to go for that revive. It might just be a successful one. Snuffy, on the other hand, did hear some of the vehicle rotations coming through from the side of 21st Century, but Baby comes in crashing to send him down. And I do not know if that is the rest of 10-11. Indeed, it will be, as Beggar looking for that knock, looking for that trade onto the side of Baby. Continues to let the shot fly. Vehicle explosion looks for what he's looking for. And Baby does go down for that thirst. As now, Beggar now in a 1v1 up against Power. There's a little bit of cover fire coming in through. Beggar coming in from the side, and he wins those as he's able to get that knock. Cyclone Shield in the background, you hear a little bit of those shots. At 21st Century now, down to just 1. Cyclone Shield coming in for the third party, as they're looking for a couple of knocks. But it's going to be Habitual Gaming to get that knock up onto Outcast. Puts in the side there of 10-11 a little bit of a pinch. out there on the western side of things. Not too sure if everybody in the zone is hearing all of this noise. But Cyclone Shield is in the vicinity. 21st Century also having their last player, Wizzy 3K, spotting in those rotations coming in through. And I like the fact that he's just taking shots at pretty much anyone who is moving, challenging them to come for that push if they dare. And that is what we really love to see. But anyway, grenades landing, 10-11 putting in a whole lot of shots as Habitual look to rotate into that circle. The side there of Cyclone Shield now drawing closer to Wizzy. As they're driving, circling around his position, that man moving around, but it does look like Cyclone Shield would make that stop as they want a little bit of that smoke. Stoner does look to be coming into the vicinity, takes a little bit of damage from the side there of Wizzy, but that man has got the Devil's LMG in hand. It's the MG3, and the pre-fire is there. Outside comes Wizzy. He does get a knock, looking for that first, and looking for actually the second elimination, but sticks with the jump shot. Will take him down. 10-11 heard it. What are they going to do about it? Not too many vehicles. Actually, they do have vehicles, but it does look like they will prioritize on that rotation, getting into the circle. Habitual Gaming wanting a little bit of that smoke. As they start to watch the side of 10-11 make it into the circle, the Shark would be the first stay in position there for the side of 10-11. As they do look to take a quick detour there. Men of Blood also putting in a whole lot of damage. 4 eliminations to the name. And they're looking for the 2 players there from Dream Team. But from the distance, it's Disparaged putting in a whole lot of shots. Rage has to fall, hit the deck. Ooh, the side of Disparaged now. Trader did get taken out. 5 eliminations to that man alone. We've got to admire just how much work he's doing, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that revive would come through as the zone is starting to close up and appear. Oh, what a time to not be able to drive. He's still looking for a way into the circle. That zone being a little bit lenient as he looks for a way in. He definitely would find it, but the side there of Men of Blood not looking to make that one happen quite smoothly, as a lot of shots would be going towards that direction. Sticks taking quite the damage from that vehicle, and a sexy grenade from Rage will get that knock up onto Therapist in the Shark. It is wonderful to say the least, and the push would have to come through anytime from now. 10-11 also putting in a whole lot of work, and I believe that is them getting started with the side there of Habitual Gaming. Bego driving around, not quite able to find any runovers. But Roach does quite have the information. Blade falls, and Sleek would be the last player left. Bego now looking for the run over first, but will not get it. From behind, it's Men of Blood putting in the damaging blow onto the side there of Habitual Gaming. Roach now in the crosshairs. Would get spotted, and down he goes. Bego the last player left, and that man is still driving. Rage from Men of Blood. He would fall, but the side there of Men of Blood, they're not going to let that one stop them. They're going to continue. As Creed does come through for the push onto the Shark, but the third party is imminent, coming through from the side there of Cyclone Shield. Into the Shark he goes. Shots coming in through. The nade has been thrown, but Bego is being such a pain in the ASS for the side there of Men of Blood, as now they're down to 1. Make that 2, because 11 is still on his feet, looking to hold down the fort. They're the only team that still has that numbers advantage, but Bego, you've got to admire the amount of work he's doing, but it does look like 11 has got something cooking for him. It's a grenade, but it's not going to fall just yet. But Therapist now, he's received Stoner as a visitor, and if we remember, Stoner is the man with the MG3 trying to do in the damage, and the side there of Therapist is going to come in for the push. The damage is devastating coming through from that MG3 because Stoner wields it so well. 10 eliminations to the side there of Cyclone Shield, and Stoner has got 5 out of it. You love to see that one. Men of Blood now with 8. Having to prone, they do still have the numbers advantage, as it's now a 3v1v1. Definitely aware of Stoner's position, but they know they're in the circle, so there isn't any much reason to rush. But the off angle here coming through from Rage does look to be nice. Bego has been spotted. Stoner definitely has him in his hairlines or in crosshairs. He does take him out, and now Stoner in a 1v3 situation. But like I said, there is an off angle coming through from Rage, right now, Stoner must have realized he needs to take out Rage no matter what. But they're looking for the vehicle explosion. The push is coming in through. Nade's been thrown, and Stoner looking to survive onto this one. 11 coming in from the side. That man is back to the LMG. Is he going to be able to finish up this one? No, he would not, as he goes down to his own grenade. No. No. Wow. He went down to his own grenade. Hi, Umar Sajid. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. No way. How about that? Anyway, Men of Blood will get that winner chicken dinner. 8 eliminations, 16 points in general. Then you had the 5, 21. Does play out well for them. Side there of Cyclone Shield in second position with 11 elims. 10-11 will finish in third with 6 eliminations. Fourth place will be Dream Team, putting in 6 eliminations up on board. And I have to say I'm impressed, right? Given the way Dream Team played the last time I streamed this, they weren't getting as much eliminations. In fact, they weren't even getting any eliminations at all. But now seeing them able to put 6 eliminations up on board and still even finish 4th place at that, I think that's a little bit of an improvement coming through from the side of Dream Team. And I would really love to see them continue up on this type of gameplay through the rest of the day. Habitual Gaming finishing with 4 elims. Disparaged finishing with 7. You love to see that one coming through from them. Traitor did hold up quite nicely, especially up against the side there of No Rage Esports, as he was able to take out at least 3 players. I think 3 players actually from that squad. You love to see that one coming through from that man. Invincibles with 1 elim, 21st Century with 3, No Rage Esports with 1, side there of Fowlplay with 3 elims, Mad Squad House in 11th place with 5 elims, the side there of Fugitives with none, Outsiders with 4 elims, Atrox with none, and this is definitely not what we expected from Atrox, as they did go out quite easily to the side of Men of Blood in Pochinki. Unsullied Army in 15th with 2, First Tactics with 1 elim, No Gaming with 1, and C4 going out with C4 Legends going out with 2 eliminations. What a game! What a game. And this is exactly why we love the way these rooms are set up. Go out, go all for it, go for that damage. And we're beginning to see that all of these teams are getting better, at least relatively, in terms of like their fragging prowess. You know, normally we'd start to see just like 2 teams only getting those crazy number of elims. But right now, even though it's not crazy, we're still seeing a little bit of a balance, you know, 10 eliminations from one team, 11 from another, 8 from another, 9 from another, and we start to see, you know, that thing, those elims coming out. At least it's good to say at least like almost all squads got themselves eliminations, so that is something that I really like to see. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just one game that we've played so far. We've got 3 more games to go for the day, so do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. Be sure to like the stream if you've not subscribed to that channel. If you've also not subscribed to the channel, I don't need to be begging for all of that. Stay active in the chat, and I might just give you a shout out. See you soon.
It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. It's all original. It's all original. It's all original. You never seen it like this. I got something you don't wanna miss. The best part, I got you on the list. All access, pass on the wrist. So hands up, we gonna celebrate. First look, you do a double take. All day, every day, first place, trophy case. It's about to change the game. It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. It's all what? It's all original. Styling like a trend. On style, on style. Original. On style. On original. Like a trend. Setter.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's your boy Crowns, or it's your engineer Uncle Crowns. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. But anyway, that being said, we're about to get into the second game of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar. We're going to be playing for a little longer. We do know how that map goes, but especially we know that regardless of how big the map is, we're still going to be getting just as much violence, because guess what? It's all about Elims in this tournament, or in this Scrims. So that being said, let's go on and see exactly what these teams have got in mind. 10 seconds, we're going to be hopping on that plane. We did see that chicken dinner. Actually, it's not like the chicken dinner actually does matter, but we did see a couple of these teams go wild and out, all for that elimination. Because ultimately, everybody just feels like, you know what, we know the map, you know, we know how to, or at least we think we know how to rotate. And like I already said, use your 11 p.m.s, 3 p.m.s, and 6 p.m.s. We're going to be practicing rotations. 9 p.m.s to go to bed, we just want to get some elims and have some fun. So that being said, let's get into the second game of the day. It's going to be none other but Miramar. And we do have that playing path heavily on that western side, taking us all the way from the northern side of the Los Higos Islands. Hey, Ududua, leave me alone now. Ah, chai. But yeah, we do have it taking us all the way from there, up all the way to the outskirts of La Cabrera. So we do know it's one of those very, very straight playing paths. Maybe not so straight, but it does go all the way from that south to the north, and it is heavily on that western side. A little bit of trouble for some of the teams that like to land in Impala, El Azaha, Puerto Paraiso, you know, even Terabonca, Torre Humada, Campo Militar is a far stretch, but ultimately we could see a couple of teams go towards that El Pozo, Monte Nuevo, you know, Valle de Mar is still a place that is that we can also go to. San Martin is accessible. Hacienda, you can get there. Picado, we can also do that. Maybe a little bit of Los Leones action. Trailer Park. And even if you're in for it, you could go to La Cabrera, and you could also go for that long ass drive all the way to the ruins. But that being said, we do have a couple of teams looking to land in Picado, a couple of teams also going towards that Los Leones area, and we have a couple of teams that would also be landing in Minas Generales. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Minas Generales and keeping our second eye out there in Picado. As you can see, we're having a tough time rendering because of just how many players are out here in the arena. It's going to be the side of 21st century, and in the blue, or sorry, make that the red buildings would have Fowlplay. Normally we'd see Fowlplay land in the arena, but it does look like today they're not going to be landing over there, which is a little bit of a twist. I enjoy to see that one coming through from them. One of the players there from Dream Team does find himself in a little bit of trouble, and the same thing can be said about Disparaged, but unfortunately I only have accommodation for 2 screens right now. Jex is going to be that man, getting approached by the side there of Buji. A couple of shots will come through, and Armani actually would be the one to send him falling, and that is going to be one player down for the side there of Dream Team. Lucid would also go down too, making that 2 players down for Dream Team, and Sad having to fall back a little bit, but Therapist now finds himself quite close to all of this action, but not as much guns as he would have preferred. As 21st Century on the other hand, they would lose one player to the side there of Fowlplay. Baby is able to make the cross though and looking to provide a little bit of pressure onto the side there of Fowlplay. Does work out well as he's able to get him. He's able to buy enough time for his team to get that revive. I can already start to see them going for that push up the stairs, pushing in closely, but surely True now coming in from behind. Might just be that surprise factor for the side there of Fowlplay as he does send a beautiful grenade onto the side there of Power. And Fowlplay definitely getting that memo. Lone Wolf is upstairs, but True does going for the vault, loses a whole lot of HP. And it's quite surprising to see that he went for the other building as compared to the other one. Naruto, on the other hand, does get spotted by Terpis as he's able to get down one player from the side there of Madhouse Squad. Pre-fires coming through from Pain is wonderful as he's able to send Terpis down for the trade. Sad he's not going to allow them get any closer as he starts to rain the bullets towards their position. Not quite able to get any much more to connect as now he's getting pushed by Sting from the side of the wall. Sting does have a grenade pin pulled. Looking for that knock upstairs. Sad is aware of that player. Challenging for the 1v1. It's going to be Sad going up against Sting. Shots coming through. Able to get the knock. The instant flush would follow suit as that man looking to provoke movements coming through from the side there of Dream Team. Oh, sorry, make that of Madhouse Squad or Mad Squad House. But on the other side, speaking of push, we've got PlayStation 5 loading that beautiful grenade up onto Weezy. All things being considered, that should have been a knock. But unfortunately, would not happen. Weezy has got anti-nade, but the side there of True. That man has put in a whole lot of work. Weezy coming in from outside, putting in a lot of work. But True not able to quite get any knock to connect. Side there of Fowlplay still looking to hold on quite nicely. A lot of HP has been lost on their side. As we do see skills, looking to welcome that one player, and it is Weezy to fall for the side of 21st Century. Power is upstairs. He does get all of that. He's been forced to come outside. The shots would come through. Going for the drop shots would not be enough as Fowlplay would defend their home turf once again, keeping all four players alive and surviving this time with 4 eliminations to their name. But on the other side of things, it's still Sad, who is still going up against the side there of Mad Squad House. Molotovs would not be enough to stop that man as he's looking to ward them off, looking for that squad wipe. They definitely know where he is, and they are slowing down that push. But now here comes the push. S12K in their hand to the face would be securing the elimination for the side there of Mad Squad House, and they're able to keep themselves up as a 3-man squad, getting 4 eliminations to their name. And with that, we've run out of hot drops that has happened early on in the game. Glad to see we were able to capture quite a little bit of all that happened. On the northern side of things, we do have the side there of Invincibles looking to get approached by the side of Atrox. It's Sean X. Earlier today, Sean was telling us how he despises being in buildings. And right now, he does find himself in one. He's been spotted and he's been downed. As building is going to be saying, no, I'm not going to be allowing you continue up on that. The rest of Invincibles not quite close to their teammates as they're currently holding a split, and that's going to be a GG well played for them. I did see the key field light up a little bit, and it's going to be no gaming going up against the side there. But Habitual Gaming, Emperor is the last player left now. Does look to be getting pushed, but his HP has to go back up. He's now waiting for that push to come through. They know he's on the roof. Slick coming through from the outside. Emperor is able to work with that information. Yomi is going for that revive, trying to see if he can get his HP back up or get his teammates back up. As we do see Sleep now trying to buy himself a little bit of time. The revive will come through. Emperor's going to jump downstairs, but now he's been spotted. But that man is very good at last roses. But guess who knows how to play that game better? It is Sleek. As he's Sleek with it, getting himself that elimination. On that northern side of things, the trouble doesn't end. As the Invincibles now, they've been tugged in their tails, and they want all the trouble. They want all the smoke. As they're looking to get a couple of shots to connect towards the side of Atrox. But unfortunately, no player is down quite yet. Easy does look to have found an off angle, but the side of Invincibles well aware of that positioning coming through from Easy. And I can already see them trying to get closer to that area. See if they can get themselves a little bit of a better positioning going into that one. Building is going to join him on that flank as we do see him getting into that buggy. Looking for an off angle, and it's still Easy, quite close to the side there of the Invincibles. Chinese being spotted in the background, side there of Atrox. They are very well aware. Building does get spotted on his flank, but Building able to do so much work onto the side here of Senior Boy, as Senior Boy now has to fall behind the wall to see if he can hold on his end. A grenade is going to come out towards his location. It's a little bit off the mark, but Senior Boy definitely aware that he's in a whole lot of danger as Building continues to spam him the grenades, but one way or the other, Senior Boy refuses to fall. Chinese is looking to join him in that position, but the side there, all the remaining players there from Atrox looking to form up on Ronnie's position, looking to play that isolation play. Building will continue up on his flank. Chinese is able to also find an off angle, and it does look like Building is overextended if you ask me, but Tammy on the other hand will be looking to lead that push. Building will eventually fall, and now their attention has been divided. Now Tammy has to fall back away from that fight. Ronnie gets really close of that one. Wheeler loses a whole lot of HP. Easy is going to fall as he tries to go for that revive. Senior Boy looking to put in a whole lot of work as Wheeler will get taken out from behind by Ronnie. Tammy is now the last player left. Senior Boy looking to go for the challenge, but Tammy trying to still smoke up, not holding any weapons, not looking to go for the clutch factor yet, as the revive does seem to be what is on his mind. Senior Boy doesn't want that to happen, goes for the push. Tammy's going to get one player down, but the support fire is excellent from Invincibles as Ronnie would get him down, getting his team the perfect revenge up onto Sean X, who was lost early on. Zone starts to move up, zone starts to close up. And we do see C4 Legends now having to challenge up against the side here of Men of Blood. As Rage does happen to have found himself very, very close to the side here of Ace. ADK is also in the vicinity. Rage is going to find ADK with the AKM. We're not quite able to take him down just yet. A lot of HP has been lost on that side. Definitely would have a grenade prepped for them, as they're currently playing by the shoreline. So sorry, make that by the ridge line. I do hear a flank coming in through with the UAZ, but C4 Legends not looking to want any more of the smoke. Shard, take that shack. He heard those vehicles moving, and ADK now through the smoke, taking a couple of shots. Nah, Ace, that is the wrong move, and he's definitely going to suffer for it, as he does lose his HP. Going in for the push, he's going to the ADK, and he does get spotted. Men of Blood getting themselves more eliminations. 3 to the books, and more danger or more violence looks to be looming on the side of Unsullied Army, as they're looking to receive visitors in the side of Cyclone Shield, who are just rotating. But down there on the south, we've got the side there of 10-11 going up against Fugitives. Bego now having to hold his own in a 1v2 situation. Grenades towards his location, drenching his HP down to about 10, and that is not enough for HP to take a 1v2. He's able to get one player down, but not two, as he will eventually fall. The rest of Fugitives looking to draw in closer. Outcast, that man with the Mini 14 has proven to be dangerous, as he does look to be putting a whole lot of shots in. But Peter Peteru finding himself doing a whole lot of pushing. Now he's down in a 1v2. There is a buggy in his vicinity. He definitely hears it, but what is he going to do about it? Nothing does seem to be the case. He's able to get Roach down to 1 HP, but Roach is unrelenting on that push. He's able to get that player down. His HP will be going back up too. But Fugitives still have 2 players alive in this one. It's quite an even fight right now, as it's a 2v2. Pulling onto the side of Unsullied Army. They do look to be playing it quite passively. Outsiders also in the vicinity up on that north. And we're going draw straight on this one, so we can at least get a little bit of action. It does look like Mario is feeling a little bit ambitious as he starts to go down for the push onto the side of 10-11. Prophecy has got his eyes fixated on the side of Danny Brown, trying to attempt a revive. And JC gonna be going for that little bit of a flank. And Mario now, he's been spotted. Outcast down on the ground. The grenade does get sent towards his location. I'll be very impressed if he hits. We don't quite do too much damage, but there's a whole lot of teams out here on the north. Cyclone Shields, Unsullied Army. Oh, okay, it's a smoke. I thought it was a grenade up onto Mario's side, but Mario's gonna get into the vehicle, try to get out of dodge. But Roach has heard those vehicles. He wants to draw in closer. Mario waited him out quite successfully. The shots are there, but Roach is just very good around these rocks, as he's able to get yet another knock. Gazzy, the last player left, looking to see if he can find a shot through the smoke, but it's going to be Outcast to send him out and packing into the lobby. Outsiders, we're going to be pulling over to them. They're out here in the vicinity close to the side there of Unsullied Army, also doing a whole lot of driving around. But the side of Cyclone Shield would be the one taking a whole lot of shots. It's Outsiders looking to find a way into the circle. They are in the circle, but they're just looking for... Actually, they're no longer in the circle. And that zone starting to shrink up, getting smaller and smaller. Habitual now finding their way to the circle. First Tactics would be the first in line to welcome them into that zone. Deadshot and Mashed Potato looking quite confident. Not too much HP onto the side of Habitual as they make the crash. One player would fall, it's Sleek. And Ped definitely down to very low HP. Shots coming in from the side. But Ped taking so much shots. Would get taken out by the wraparound coming through from Mash. And that's going to be beautiful donation coming through from the side of Habitual. As they lose 2 players on that push. Or on that rotation into the circle. Yo Mites now definitely has been spotted by Danny Brown. As he's taking a shot towards that vehicle. As they make it into the circle. Agape driving so fast. But it doesn't seem to be playing out quite well for them. It would work. A lot of HP lost. But they would be able to stick that rotation in. So that's good to hear. Or that's good to see. Chat is looking a little bit empty. Come on, guys. You can't be this quiet. Not with all of this action going on. Outsiders looking to prioritize the zone, though. You love to see that one. As they're getting into that zone carefully. On that northern side of things. 10-11 also trying to get in from the south. They've got Disparaged just right in front of them. And if you guys know Disparaged, they've been on to something going into these games. They seem to know how to unlock that that prowess, especially when it comes to aggression. English is not that easy today. But anyway. We're down to 39 players and 12 squads. Couple of teams holding some positions. Fowlplay, on the other hand, they may have spotted a couple of rotations coming through from that north, especially the ones being done by the outsiders, as they do look to draw in closer and closer. Dedicated scout for the team, Lone Wolf, especially given now that the shots are good, and Gunnar has to fall short, but P2's shots are better. I was able to get that knock onto the side there of Lone Wolf, forcing the side there of the full set is definitely gonna come through. The outsiders are not having it. Orisha leading the charge as he does come through. And that is just what they needed, that introductory knock. But this is a very, very tough angle to try to push from. Rasta on the off angle looking for the grenade, not quite able to get another knock, as Lone Wolf has now been left to tend to his injuries all alone. But Cyclone Shield now come through for the third party. Rasta figures that one out, and now they have to reposition. Outsiders have gotten themselves in a little bit of a tricky situation, but it's not just as tricky as the one that Fowlplay find themselves in, as Men of Blood have now come in to show that they're the third party kings. But Fowlplay now coming in from the side. Orisha is quite close to them, but Orisha does get spotted by 11, and down he would fall. The instant thirst to follow suit. Outsiders now not in a very convenient situation right now, as Gunnar has to continue up on that push. He cannot fall back now. The rest of his team not quite close to him, as True would go for that push. Creed not quite going with his teammate up on the push, and Rage is going to be the one to suffer for it, as the side there of Fowlplay do look to be holding their ends quite nicely. First Tactics also in the vicinity doing a whole lot of shots, but Pintua is going to spot them, taking a whole lot of shots towards their direction, but would not find any. Skills would fall, but Pintua is hearing all of these shots, and he just cannot figure out or pick who he wants to take the shots at. Gonado quite close to the players there from Fowlplay. Not looking to go for the push, but here comes First Tactics for the third party. This is not fun anymore on that northern side, as Agathe now is in the vicinity. Looking for the shot. She's going to come in for that push. And First Tactics just currently dragging and gathering information as to what is going on this northern side of the circle. Chinese from Invincible is also looking to get started, but they're out there on the western side. Does look like they're doing a whole lot of work though. No eSports also having to ward off the shots. See if we can do a little bit of a dual screen up onto this one. First Tactics coming through for the third party. Vicinity, but Pintua does let a lot of shots fly. That man is doing a whole lot of work, a whole lot of damage in this fight. Has Gunnar still quite holding it up, but Deadshot now has pushed closer. I don't think he's quite aware of Gunnar's position, at least not for the time being, as they're all fixated on finding that knock onto the members there of Fowlplay. More grenades being thrown. And Gunnar doing his best to stay as quiet as possible. But Pintois is doing a whole lot of work. Gunnar may have just moved now and his cover has been blown. Going in for the push. Oh, the DBS is just superior as he does fall. Leaving Pintois the last player left. That man has gotten so much knocks. But no eliminations to his name just yet. But the side of First Tactics, they've got one revive to deal with. Fowlplay on the other hand, just happy that they're able to still have a little bit of time. Skills may have just spotted that player there. And he definitely does send a couple of shots through. Invincible was able to win their fight on their ends. Southern side of things, we do have the side of Unsullied Army. Looking to stop a couple of rotations from coming in through. Cyclone Shield is still in the vicinity. Looking to find a couple of shots for Pintois from that blue zone. He's getting his HP chunked up so much. And it's only a matter of time before he does get spotted. And indeed, he's been spotted. He will fall. Fowlplay holding it up quite nicely in the compound. Unsullied Army not quite able to get any of the knock. As Men of Blood also in the vicinity. Trying to do a couple of shots onto the side there of Cyclone Shield. And it is trouble on the northern side of the circle. So much trouble. First Tactics still not going for that push onto the side of Fowlplay. As we start to hear a lot of shots going on that southern edge of the circle is Disparaged. They finally decided to start letting the guns do the talking. They're beginning to let the shots fly. Going to be pulling over to them. As on that northern side, we're still waiting for a lot of push to happen on the north. Fowlplay one way or the other are still alive. Disparaged on the other hand, looking to put in a whole lot of work. A whole lot of shots on that southern side. Trader will be the one to fall to the side of Mad Squad House. But they've got a lot going on here. They did get that knock. Do they want to go for the full send? I hope they do. And they are in the vehicles. Might just look like they'll be making that mad dash for the circle. As they're looking to find an off angle. Side of Fowlplay. Clinching onto that circle. They do not have the best of positions. And First Tactics too in that vicinity. But it's going to be the side of Disparaged now. Getting full sent by Mad Squad House or Mad House Squad. But it's just the Mad Squad House. Oh, but Disparaged do look to be holding on to their ends though. But the push is going to come through. Ronnie is down. A lot of shots being deployed right now. As we do see the shots coming through, Payne would fall. Abani does look to be next in line as he does continue upon that push up onto appear. A lot of shots being done. A lot of damage is being done. But he's going to fall instead. As Disparaged, I said it. These guys, they really know how to hold on to their ends. As they're still able to keep all 4 players alive amidst all of this Rogbodinion. Anyway, Naruto is going to be the last player left. And his HP has been drained to the minimum. And he would fall, but the third party is there. As 10-11 now show that they're still alive in this game. Roach is going to be the one to do a couple of shots onto the side of Invincibles. While the side of Outcast, Outcast will be putting in so much damage into the bodies of the side of Disparaged. Chaos is able to make himself safe, at least for the time being. And that zone continues to shrink as we have trouble looming on the north. To have First Tactics trying to make the move, trying to make the run for it. Agathe losing a whole lot of HP, and Agathe would eventually fall to Sleek. Actually make that First Tactic, Invincibles. Up to 6 eliminations now. And Habitual Gaming. Then once the blue zone doing a whole lot of work. As Sleek from the side of Unsullied Army would fall. Habitual did lose 2 players earlier, but it does look like they're holding up quite nicely. 5 eliminations to their name. I'm liking it. Prophecy will be the last player left for Unsullied Army. He's been spotted out there in the background. And it's only a matter of time before the side of Men of Blood fish him out. I mean, they've done a whole lot of damage. 11 already up to 7 Elims. With only a level 1 vest. Disparaged one way or the other are still alive. They were able to take out the players there from 10-11. You'd love to see that one. But now getting into the circle might just prove to be a little bit of a threat for them. But man, 8 eliminations. You've got to admire what Disparaged is putting out here. As shots will start to fly. Men of Blood on the other side of things do seem to be putting in a whole lot of work. As Habitual are going to go a little bit quiet for the time being. Trying to see if they can gather as much information as to what is going on in the circle. does look like Creed drawing in closer. Disparaged now looking for a way into the circle. Men of Blood will be doing a whole lot of work as Habitual now succumbing to the blue zone. Got to get into that circle though. Gonna keep one camera on Disparaged. They find their way into the circle. Same thing can be said to find the shots, but he's going to fall instead. As Men of Blood able to find the angles. You've got to love that one coming from Men of Blood though. They're holding quite sick angles out here. I mean, they are prone, but still they're letting the shots or they're letting the damage be done. This is gonna be shooting practice for the side of Habitual Gaming. As one knock does come through for Blade. The rest of Disparaged now looking to get into the circle. As they get into that vehicle, making that Hail Mary play. Side of Habitual here to welcome them. Shots coming in through. And they come for the full send. Shots from the side, not enough. As Blade would fall. Johnny the last player left and he will follow suit. As Habitual would fall. Disparaged will be the last player left as Fuji is gonna start taking shots there from Creed. Not gonna fall just yet. But the side of Men of Blood down to just the one player. Grenade or make that a Molotov towards his tree would not be enough to make him fall. At the side there of this is Disparaged game and you cannot fight with it. I have been pointing out how well this team has been playing and they just go on ahead to prove me right as they get themselves this chicken dinner with 12 eliminations to go alongside it. I am proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you. Appear and Trader doing a whole lot of work though. 10 elimination just between those two. Chaos and Buji able to get themselves 1 elimination each. Making it be like say they just come, spectate. Men of Blood out there finishing in second place with 12 eliminations too. And you see what I'm saying about those Elims. About we'll start to see it drop down. Maybe not actually. Habitual finishing with 7 elims surprisingly. Given the fact that they lost Sleek and Pet early on in the game, they were still quite able to get themselves 7 elims up on board. Courtesy of Blade actually doing a whole lot of carrying as he did get 5 eliminations to his name. You love to see that one. Unsullied Army finishing with 2 elims. Invincibles finishing with 6 eliminations. First Tactics with 4 elims. The side there of Fowlplay finishing with 6 elims. 10-11 finishing with 4 eliminations. Side of Mad Squad House finishing with 6 elims. Cyclone Shield with none. Outsiders with 1. The side there of No Rage finishing with no eliminations. Fugitives with 2 eliminations. C4 Legends with none. Side there of Atrox finishing with 1 elim. No Gaming with none. Dream Team with 1 elim. And I finished praising Dream Team in 1 game. And Dream Team fumbles the next game. Love to see that one. Lol. Anyway, 21st century finishing with no eliminations to their name. Most eliminations, I believe, went all the way to 11 as that man was absolutely on fire. You love to see that one. Wonderful Miramar coming through to say the least. I enjoyed watching that one. And it was quite fast for a Miramar game, which is what we love to see. Not what all of these teams are pretty much used to. I really enjoy the way Disparaged has been playing over the past couple of days. And I like this, right? This is exactly what we want to see from them. And if they're able to get comfortable with this style of play and incorporate it into their regular gameplay, you definitely know that this team is going to be up for something promising. But I'm not going to jinx them. That being said, I'll be seeing you guys in the 3rd game of the day. It's going to be none other but Sanhok. Stay tuned, stay connected, like the stream if you've not, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon. Well, I see a couple of players saying, "Oh, this zone is too hot for 72 players." I get it, but ultimately, right? Ultimately, the zone is not this fast regular comps that you would play. But ultimately, the I'm looking at it in terms of the number of players alive at a second time in the game. Or sorry, at a specific time in the game, right? So if we're heading into zone 5 and you're still seeing like 40 something people alive, it's realistic because ultimately that's usually how many players are usually alive around that time. So I think it's more of playing for the end game. Not like more of play for the end game, but if you do make it into the end game, or if you do make it into those zone 5, zone 6 situations, I think it's just going to be not just all about how many elims you're about to get at that point, right? It's just going to be about taking the right fights too. I mean, we did see First Tactics show themselves do that in this last game where they held up that good position, pardon me, actually Fowlplay, where they did hold quite a good position into that circle. So that is kind of like the play from there on out. Try to see if you can still get yourself a couple good eliminations from there. That being said, see you guys soon. Or actually, not see you guys soon. Let's get into the first game. I'm actually supposed to reply an email, but we're going to get into the game while I do that. Playing part is already there. I think maybe after the first couple of fights, because it is Erangel, bro. It does look like we would not be getting too many teams out there in the bootcamp area. 21st Century have decided to land in the warehouses of bootcamp rather than in the bootcamp. Disparaged still out there on the outskirts. Unsullied Army do have themselves on a split. We've got Prophecy looking to land quite close to Trader. More of the hot drops will be looking to happen in on that southern side of the circle around Sami, where we do have Cyclone Shield and the players there from C4 Legends. We do have No Rage also looking to defend Camp Charlie from the outside, as they only came in with 2 players in Salam and Digi, so they'll be looking to ward off that squad, or keep the squad actually that is out there in that is out there in Camp Charlie. That being said, we do see one of the players there from Unsullied. Like I said, Unsullied Army are currently holding a split. One of their players, Vanessa, currently holding up. Looking to be getting approached by a couple of players there. Smoke is still in the air for reasons best known to him. And look forward to seeing how he's going to land out there. 21st Century do seem to be advancing from time to time. So the Scream is only for mobile players, yes. Unfortunately, if you're using iPad, I don't think you're allowed to play. It's for competitive players, and if you play competitive, you're definitely playing on mobile. But anyway, side of 21st Century looking to make their breach. Vanessa is able to get that one knock onto one of the sides there of Mad Squad House. JC does seem to have himself a little bit of an angle. No Gaming looking to get started with No Rage. A fight I'm not going to be really pulling up to, especially given that they only came in as a 2-man squad. So I'm going to leave one of my cameras out there at boot camp, and the other camera is going to be out there on Unsullied Army, who do seem to be drawing in closer. But the shots will be coming through. Baby does take a whole lot of damage, but will not fall. Weezy has got an off angle, and that might just play out well for him. I'm going to pull over to him because I know his off angle is quite nice, but he's drawing a little too wide. Hopefully, oh yeah, he does have a 6x scope on that M416. He's going to be looking to take them out from the side. It's a pretty decent strategy coming through from the side of 21st Century. But on the other hand, he does leave some of their players out there in the 1v2 situation. Building is going to be the one taking a whole lot of shots. And I'm still surprised as to why and how Weezy has not taken any shots towards Building. Because right now, both players do seem to have the same idea. Building with a run over. Get out of here, bro. I just love to see that one. It is what I was talking about. Cena is going to fall for the side of 21st Century. And now things are beginning to crumble. Aquila coming in from the side. Aquila is him. Coming in from the side, trying to see if he can find himself that knock up onto Baby. On the other hand, Unsullied Army gets started. JC gets himself 2 knocks. Going for that push, as Payne is going to be the last player left. JC definitely spotting him out there. 21st Century, on the other hand, looking to fall back from time to time, baby. Losing a whole lot of HP going up on that fight as the rest of Atrox start to form up. Easy's going to be the first man in line as he does continue to draw closer. Shots is going to go upstairs towards Power's position. A Molotov to follow, but not quite getting into the building. Easy's now downstairs, looking for that push. Big fire is coming through, but none is going to be connecting quite yet as Unsullied Army still looking for that push. As one, it's a 1v1. Let's say going up against the side there of top C. And these shots coming through, 1 HP knock coming through from top C. He's gonna see JC falling to the ground. And Prophecy now would be the last player left. But guess who's here for the third party? It is the side there of Disparaged as they're looking to come in closely. Or closer and closer. But shots from behind from first Architects would be seeing the side of Unsullied Army suffering. Going down to the floor. 21st Century on the other hand. Down to the one player. Power just seems to have found his way into the warehouse, taking a couple of shots towards building, but will not be able to get a knock, exposing his position out there. And the side of Atrox now would have to continue up on the push. Same thing can be said about the side there of Disparaged. Unsullied Army, they're able to draw away from this fight for the time being. First active from long range out. Power, on the other hand, does look to be activating his JP card, playing a little bit of a ring around the rosy. Mind games with the side there of Atrox. No eliminations to the side there of 21st Century. Power does get spotted on the other hand. And here comes the push. Quick picks coming through from Power. Not quite able to get that knock up onto Easy. Goes for more. Not going to be finding it. Oh, but that door or that entrance does not have a door. And the side... they will be capitalizing on that one. That's going to be a GG well played. On the southern side of things, we still have no gaming. Looking to find a way into the circle. Fugitives quite close to them. No shots currently being taken, as all players do happen to be swimming for the time being. And now they've been spotted. Now shot starts to go out. Fugazi is going to be the one who has laid out a couple of shots. Off angle coming through from Emperor. Would be seeing one of the players from Fugitive down to the floor. Gazi is trying to see if he can go for the revive. But unfortunately, that is not going to be happening. That man is surrounded from all sides as he does fall. FBI, you've been surrounded. Chen taking a couple of shots, but he's going to potato. Not going to be finding any true. Pre-fires is going to be getting his HP back up. As, oh, actually take that down. Oh, Emperor is going to fall. Idea. The last player left for no gaming. And one way or the other, no gaming is losing this fight. I do not know how, but they are doing it. They're throwing it. But anyway, Guns finding himself quite close to the rest of the players there from Fugitives. I do not know if he's got grenades. Actually, he doesn't have grenades in hand. But the off angle is quite good coming through from Tyrant. But Peter down. And it's going to be Shen, the last player left for his squad. And no gaming, if they learned anything from 2 days ago, they know they have to push this. 9 seconds on the clock. They cannot waste any more time. They have to find their way to the bottom of the hill. But anyway, on the other side of things, we do have Men of Blood getting started. We decided on Fowlplay. It does look to be a little bit of a heated fight going on there. So we're going to dual screen it as a Fowlplay down to just one. It's going to be True, getting himself that one knock. Beautiful, up onto range. The instant thirst to follow suit. Screen coming in from the right. Oh, but True is not able to quite hold on as he would fall. And on the other side of things, Guns would be settling matters. He's eventually able to take down the full squad of Fugitives. Side of C4 Legends definitely heard those shots. You can already see them placing themselves in a gatekeep angle. As you can just see Jutzi. Looking to see maybe he can find a couple of players. But these teams are not in the circle, which means they would have to get into that zone as soon as possible. Habitual now finding their way into the boot camp. Oh, Sean X now, the dedicated squad for his team, driving closely in enemy terrain or enemy position. That man is still driving, and of all the enemies to drive by, Disparaged is definitely not the one you want to be really driving, close to. I do not know why I cannot hear this vehicle sound, but I'll take it. Side there of C4 Legends looking to get started with no gaming. Sean is able to find himself a good angle. C4 Legends lose one player in that blue zone. They're still going to be taking that fight in that blue. Start to see the rotations coming in through. Does look like does look like Invincibles want a little bit of this smoke. We decide there of Disparaged. Buji has got a grenade being loaded in hand, being prepped. Oh, run over, takes down one of the players there from Disparaged, as Ronnie is able to quite get that one in the board, but a beautiful grenade will seal the trade for the side of Disparaged. These guys are holding the defense quite nicely, but the push is going to be coming in through. Tubuji now having to hold his end in a 1v1 up against Chinese. Off angles will be coming in through as Tubuji tries to hold his end. A couple of damage is being done, and the push is going to come through, but Tubuji does get spotted as he turned his back towards his enemy, and the side here of Invincibles would initiate yet another trade as Ronnie falls. And the same thing can be said about Chinese. Senior Boy will be the last player left, and Disparaged. What are you on? Senior Boy taking a whole lot of third-party shots coming through from the side there of Atrox from the boot camp, and the side of Disparaged. They do hold up quite nicely, but they did lose one player. Still have to get the revive up, and this is a promising grenade. But Senior Boy not feeling too optimistic about that one as he does stop. Habitual Gaming out there in the vicinity also coming through for a little bit of third party action. Shots coming in through. Senior Boy good for one. Goes for the flush. Instant thirst. Disparaged now messing this one all up as they begin to push in one by one. Rookie mistake to make. Senior Boy's got a grenade prepped towards that entrance. Waiting for the push. Sends one out. Will not be able to get it to connect. Tubuji does get thirsted as Atrox now. They are in the vicinity. They want a little bit of the smoke. Side there of First Tactics also somewhere in the vicinity. They might be hearing the shots. Putting over to the side of Atrox as they start to draw closer. Anera. But they will fall as 10-11 is now here for the third party. Disparaged will be stealing away that elimination. And Chaos now, he's got a grenade in hand. As it's down to just he and Aper to hold down the fort for their team. Oh, grenade still coming out from Senior Boy. And that man doing in a whole lot of work for a solo. You love to see that one. Do our First Tactics taking a couple of shots on that southern edge. They're holding up quite nicely. Still watching things going on in this side of things. Senior Boy refusing to go down without a fight. Habitual is in the vicinity. Same thing can be said about 10-11. All in third party range. And the side there of Atrox, they might have just put themselves in a tricky position. Because if they try to push Disparaged, they're going to lose a couple of players. But Disparaged on the other side, rush up onto Senior Boy, and they will take him down. Oh, okay. Atrox looking for the shots, but it's going to be 10-11 to get the knock. But Building having to go for that push is going to fall to the third party shots coming through from 10-11 as they're doing in so much damage. The side there of Disparaged now, they have a little bit of time to get themselves that revive. Doesn't look like Aper would be crawling. The shots going towards his location would not be able to quite clip his legs as that man trying to ward himself off the damage. The push is going to come through from Quilla is him, and Quilla would fall. But 10-11 is in the vicinity. Roach coming in through would get the knock. And the side there of Atrox now down to just 2. As Building has to get revived. He will get revived. His HP is back up. But the side of 10-11, they have timed their third party quite nicely. But unfortunately for them, as good as their third party is, it is currently being third partied by the side there of Habitual Gaming. They have lost one player. It's only shrinking, not quite sending anybody. Everyone on the south is still quite safe. Building takes some shots and is going to find Bego as the side of 10-11 would lose one more. On the other side of things is going to be Icy and the side there of First Tactics actually taking a whole lot of shots towards the guys there from No Gaming. Does look like they're losing a couple of players out there on that southern edge. As the gatekeeper is real. 10-11 still quite holding up on this side of things. Going to be pulling over for a dual screen as we do watch Mash going for that gatekeep. They don't find themselves in that zone, so things aren't quite jiggy for them. But anyway, Atrox still staying alive in this one. He did get Building back up on the screen, so that's impressive. He's able able to find that knock up onto his position. But guess what? It is C4 Legend coming through for the third party. And can Mash get on top of this rock? If he's able to get on top of this rock, he will be able to play Gatekeeper perfectly. But that blue zone is not even favoring him in any manner. Algate is also in the vicinity, trying to get into the circle. But that blue zone is starting to move. 10-11 losing players by the second. And one more player before. As the side of Atrox, I think they were taken out actually. Yeah, by the third party, and I do not know who is doing all of those shots. But anyway, side of First Tactics able to find a way into that circle from that southern edge. But Yomite's taking a whole lot of shots. As Cyclone Shields now, they've decided to finally start putting in the shots, putting in the work. Ninja is quite close to some of the players there. From Unsullied Army, we're going to be going to our screen onto that one. Do have Vanessa quite prone in the floor. She does hear the shots, not quite going for anyone, or not quite going for the third party, which is quite interesting to see. First Tactics will lose one more player in dead shots, as Yomite very, very low on HP. Unsullied Army now finally decided to stand smoke. Sees that player in the vehicle. It's going to be Cyclone Shield getting... Oh, Ninja. Ninja gets into the vehicle. Shots would fly, but Ninja would not fall. But from the side, it's Vanessa to get the shots up onto Ninja, and Cyclone Shield losing players from different angles, wondering how they got it all wrong. They did seem to be the ones in the third party situation, but right now, they are the ones taking in all the damage. Send it is definitely what the guys there from 10-11 are doing, as Outcast sends it into the circle. It does work out for them. Receiving visitors in the side there of Unsullied Army. Vanessa would fall. That's going to be a GG. We do see a couple of rotations coming in through as Habitual Gaming now go for the full send up onto the side there of Dream Team. Yummy in the tummy would fall to hold their tummy, as Misty now looking to push through the grass, but the blue zone continues to move. Dream Team, they might just hear those footsteps coming in through, as Misty now finds himself within enemy range. He's been spotted as he hits the deck, and Lucid would find him. Men of Blood still alive in the circle, as they're holding up quite nicely. Stoner would fall to the blue zone, and the same thing might just be said about Unsullied Army, but Dream Team not quite sleeping yet, as they are getting pushed by the side of 10-11. Oddman not quite close to the vicinity of his teammates, as the rest of 10-11 begin to push up. 7 eliminations to their name. And talk about a play. We're down to the final 3 teams. I'll make that 4. Play zone claiming one person is going to be Bego. He's not quite able to move fast enough for that blue zone. They're on the faster moving side. 40-something seconds. And that zone is going to fully close. The revive cannot come up onto Bego. That is going to be the end of the line for him. 4 eliminations for the squad. And Men of Blood looking to welcome everyone into the circle. Shark driving around. Roach has taken a couple of shots, but unfortunately they're not in the zone yet, which means they will be down for third party. But Shark is going to fall to the third party coming through from Dream Team. But Cyclone Shield, they hear it, and they want a little bit of the trouble as they take the shot. Shard or make that side is going to fall. It's 10-11 now in a 2v1 situation, as Shark is currently down. Creed is the last player left for his team, looking to go for that revive, and I believe he's been spotted. A long grenade is what Roach is opting for. He does send it out. It's going to land, but a little bit short. A Molotov to follow. Molotov falling a little bit too far. Buggy's been spotted. 1 player down. Creed is going to be the last one left. Roach coming in from the left with a drop shot would get the chicken dinner, and 10-11 get themselves a win. The 3rd win of the day, finishing with 10 eliminations to go alongside it. You love to see it. Men of Blood doing quite well in terms of placement. Also getting a couple of eliminations to do to the board. 6 eliminations to follow suit. Dream Team finishing 3rd with 3. Unsullied Army with 5 eliminations. Cyclone Shield with none. Habitual Gaming with 4 elims. The side of First Tactics with 6 eliminations. C4 Legends finishing with 2 elims. Atrox with 7 eliminations. No gaming with 5 elims. Disparaged with 4. Invincibles with 1. Fugitives with 1. Fowlplay with 2 eliminations. 21st Century with 1. And Mad Squad House with 1 elimination. No Rage with 0 eliminations going into this game. Most eliminations, I believe, will be Bego. Or actually, it is Building, as he did get 947 damage to go alongside his 4 elims. wonderful statistics coming through from that man. Pulling over back to me. What a play. What a play. Everybody was in that compound in the outskirts of boot camp. Everybody just seemed to be at that party, and we did lose a whole lot of squad. Atrox, like I said, they did come in for the third party from boot camp, but then they went into a finished fight, finding themselves in a very weird situation. They were getting third partied by Habitual, they were getting third partied by 10-11, and then they were still getting shot at by Invincibles who were there, and then there was even there was First Tactics who also came in through for even more third party. You know, that compound was just where the fun was at. But that being said, 3 games done and dusted. It means we're down to just 1 more game to close down the day, which means it's going to be Erangel. So stay tuned, stay connected. I'll be right back with more PUBG Mobile action. Actually, it's going to be 3 games for tonight. So that being said, that is going to be all from me today. I would always have fun whenever I'm live with you guys, and I enjoyed it. And given that today we are here properly, we're going to give a proper shout out to everybody who was on the stream. So I'm starting from the bottom up. Quilla, I see you all the time. Thank you for pulling up. Mirage, thank you for showing up. Chopper FPS, thank you for showing up. Gray, man, nigga. Thank you. Bolupizu, you're here again, and it's good to see that I have your attention. Thank you for showing up. Deji, per usual, thank you for showing up. Kami, DJ Kamo, Kamo. Thank you, Kami, for showing up. I see Deadshot, thank you for showing up. Side there of Larry, my guy, my amiable spanner. Thank you for showing up. Chopper, I believe I've mentioned you before. Thank you for staying really active in the chat. I love to see that one. Steroids, thank you for showing up. Genos, good to see you here. Chukwemeka, Duruimo, thank you for showing up. Who else was here? Umar Sajid, my guy, thank you for showing up. Crooks Gaming was also in the chat. Thank you for showing up. Keyboard Warrior was also here, and I believe that is everybody that pulled up to stream today. If I did not mention your name, it means you were not active in the chat, and I did not see you on my list. But that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate the shares. Apparently I got about 211 views in total. I picked about 30 something viewers live on stream, 22 likes at the moment, so I believe we can get those like numbers up. But as you know, we say stay safe, stay connected, practice social distancing, don't do drugs, use protection, and you know the vibes, do not hack the game. But seeing you guys real soon, another time. I do not know when, but stay safe, practice social distances, and also practice PUBG Mobile play. I'm going to change my jingle given that we're already running out of COVID-19 era. But no time to check time. I'll see you guys in another day. Mwah. Much love. Crowns out.